I had no idea the British press was so bigoted.
This one's wife. Won't somebody think of the kids? Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Illness and injury are never far away for some, and in some instances this can result in hospitalisation. Where this happens for children, it's commonly the case that various hospital wards are decked out in a child-friendly way to make it less intimidating, more accommodating. And they'll often receive special visitors in order to boost those who are perhaps on the road to recovery, to cheer up those who are undergoing treatment, perhaps make the day a little easier for those that are experiencing some form of pain or discomfort. Commonly, in the United Kingdom, for example, you might get celebrities attending a hospital. And often, in the relevant city, members of an appropriate football team will turn up, particularly around Christmas time, at children's wards, bearing gifts as they play the role of Santa Claus. Thus, footage is then rolled out by the media centres for the various clubs showing the good works of the footballers, and of course the children are hugely excited to get a visitor who is somebody that they've watched on television, been to the stadium and watched, and perhaps is their own personal hero. So in the hospital in Manchester, when Erling Haaland comes along, the Viking banging the goals for the rampant Manchester City, then all the junior blues there are thoroughly delighted. In Liverpool, Mo Salah pops along to the children's ward, and the Reds there are thrilled to get a visit from him. Across various countries and various continents, it's a similar setup, with sports stars and celebrities and film stars making the rounds, cheering up the children that are in hospital. Now imagine that your wee mite of a child is suffering some life-threatening disease. Perhaps they might be dealing with a cancer diagnosis. They might have had some operation that they've been waiting a long time for, and the recuperation from this some time. And there they are, sat on the ward, weakened, in pain, perhaps frightened. What do they need? They need a boost. They need somebody that's understanding. They need somebody that can provide them with comfort, that'll put a smile on their faces. What do the poor children at the Children's Hospital in Los Angeles receive? A visit from this one's wife. Surely there's somebody there with a twisted sense of humour. Yes, this one's wife popped up wearing a £2,776 floral Oscar de la Renta dress, which apparently had a hole in it, and a £595 Aquazzura pumps. And she turned up to read to the children. I'm sure were absolutely thrilled to be thinking, sorry, who is this again? Alana Kozler and Jessica Green reported for the Daily Mail by explaining that this one's wife turned up in a floral ensemble as she visited Children's Hospital Los Angeles. The Duchess of Sussex, 42, who lives in Montecito, appeared delighted as she joined children for a special storytime appearance. This is back on March the 21st, but only reported recently, when she led a literally healing workshop. Mother of two, this one's wife added a touch of springtime joy to her outfit and donned a chic, flowery $3,490 Oscar de la Renta silk chiffon landscape shirt dress with long cuff sleeves and a sash belt. Well, it's important that we all get to know what she's wearing. Thanks for that, Daily Mail. Bugger the children and their health. Let's all know what this one's wife has to wear. Apparently it's the second time that this one's wife has donned the piece. She wore it in photographs displayed in the Sussex's Netflix docu-series in 2022. For her recent engagement, she paired the outfit with a classic pair of $747 Love Affair black pumps with a delicate strap from Italian brand Aquazzura. an item that this one's wife has sported on numerous occasions. She wore her glossy brunette tresses, I'm surprised she's not trademarked that, and kept her makeup simple and understated to complement her lively ensemble. A touch of rosy pink blusher and a sweep of eyeliner across her eyelids — oh right, I thought you put them on your ears, but thanks for that, Daily Mail — was enough to enhance the mother of two's complexion. The Duchess added to her outfit with a pair of simple yet elegant chunky gold hoop earrings. In footage of the visit, this one's wife greets the group of children as they meet to hear her read the stories, including Rosie Revere, Engineer, which she labels as one of my favourites. I bet she's never bothered with it before, and of course is just saying this for the purposes of flattery. Now, we all know that this attendance at the Children's Hospital is all about facade management. You know that as a consequence of her being a narcissist, this isn't done out of emotional empathy. It's done to make her look good. And you also question, in what capacity is she there? But apparently she was gesturing and changing the sound of her voice to add more to the character's quotes. Do you know something? You might think she was an actress, wouldn't you? Children were laughing and singing as the Duchess turned into character with every page as she read patient favourite books like Rosie the Riveter. Oh, I thought it was Rosie Revere. No, maybe that's another one. Rosie the Riveter, Pete the Cat, and I Saw a Cat, read a statement. I'm looking at some of the pictures that have been released. The children don't exactly seem overjoyed. Look at the young man in the thumbnail. He doesn't appear to be delighted at the visit from the Duchess. He's probably thinking to himself, why haven't I got a visit from an NFL star? I suppose that's what we're supposed to get. We're in hospital, aren't we? Who's this woman? She turned up. She started reading at me from a book. I didn't enjoy the story. She's swanning around, making sure there's lots of pictures taken of her. I've no idea who she is. Why do I have to have my picture taken with her? She smells funny. Mummy, I want to come home. Apparently, according to the Mail, this isn't the first time the Duchess connected with kids through stories. No shit. Well, she didn't the first time, to be fair, because the Bench of Stench was hardly a story for children, was it? During her visit in March, this one's wife also shared hugs with the children and staff. Remember, she's a hugger, you see. She likes to invade people's spaces. She has no boundary recognition. And, of course, it's all done to make her seem like she cares. With literacy development and fun in mind, the mother of two also helped kids with STEAM activities tied to each book that let patients explore counting, colours, problem-solving and more, a statement added. The Duchess is a children's book author after releasing The Bench, a story inspired by Archer's relationship with his father, Prince Harry, and then tells us things that we already know about in relation to the Bench of Stench, which we don't need to know again. Children's Hospital Los Angeles Literal Healing is a reading program that gives families at the hospital more than 65,000 books annually. This one's wife's story time was part of the Make March Matter campaign, an annual fundraiser at the hospital that aims to create hope and build healthier futures with the help of celebrities, business and the greater community. And there's plenty of pictures of this one's wife being taken with the children and showing her holding open a book, and then with the staff, and then looking around as the children are no doubt thinking, when is she going to leave us alone? When's the food trolley coming round? I'm getting hungry. Goodness me, we've been shortchanged here. Everybody else gets a film star or somebody from the local basketball team or football team, and who do we get? This woman that smells of stale tobacco smoke. Well, there we are. This one's wife turns up at a hospital. You know, as a consequence of her narcissism, it's done to make her look good. It's all part of the facade management. It's all part of this ongoing campaign to rehabilitate her image. That it's part of trying to be acceptable to the general public, although quite what a child would get from having a visit from her, given that she's not linked to the hospital in any way, that she's not part of the hospital charity in any way. Why is she there? it wouldn't be an exciting visit for a child, because they think, who are you? And remember, it's somewhat different in the United Kingdom to get a visit from the royal family when you're in hospital, because there's, first of all, a greater connection between the populace in the United Kingdom and the royal family. After all, it's our royal family. Furthermore, the member of the royal family is invariably a patron of an applicable charity or linked to the hospital in some way, so there is a relevance of them attending. With this one's wife, it's, I'll just go to a hospital and talk to the children. The children think, who are you? I don't know you. What do you want? And, of course, it's all about making her look good. Look at me in my fancy silk dress. Everybody, look at me. Don't I look fantastic? And, of course, all that she's doing is exploiting the children to enable her to seek fuel by way of their responses to her, to triangulate other people, to say, look how kind I am. I'm like Diana, Princess of Wales. She was good at going in hospitals and talking to sick people. I'm the same. Aren't I wonderful? Aren't I kind? It's all transparent. And, of course, the problem is that, once again, people just go and see straight through it. They don't think, oh, isn't that a lovely thing that she's done? They just know that it's all self-serving. Let's just dive below the line for a quick dance through the comments. Hedgerow writes, those poor children being used and exploited for attention for this one's wife. Seriously sad this was allowed. Paris Lebraus, it's clear why they're worried about money. She spends a fortune on clothing, accessories and jewellery. Giddy23, at least she didn't inflict the bench on them. That really would have been a step too far. Bad enough she was trying to use the children already dealing with health issues as publicity to try and boost her ego. Shira, is she trying to convince her she's a caring and kind person? It won't work, because we all know how she ignored her father and how badly she treats other people, such as her staff. Lottie Lou 2020, in what capacity is she making this visit? She isn't a working royal anymore, so what's its purpose? Does her PR team just phone up hospitals asking if she can visit? Bizarre. Krill Cookie Cabin. She and hapless Harry seem intent on setting up a faux royal court in the United States. The trouble is not only that the US did away with the monarchy over 200 years ago, but it's also that she's so phony and insincere that her efforts always fall flat. She should concentrate on what she's good at, shopping and playing the victim. And there you have it. Somebody who has no real relevance to those children, other than she'll say, well, I'm a mum and I understand. Yeah, where are your children, by the way? Once again, just exploits children, demonstrating her lack of emotional empathy for a photo shoot to make it all about her. As I've made the point so many times before, there will be others that would go, do the visit, do the reading, and you wouldn't hear anything about it because they're not bothered about the publicity. But it isn't about the children. It isn't about improving their day. It's all about the fuel, the assertion of control for this one's wife. The problem she has, millions see through it every single time. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.